Very good morning. In today's session, we will see what is an Arduino and for our IoT applications, how can we use this particular Arduino. In our all previous sessions, I have told you that what is meant by IoT, what are all the applications of IoT, what are all the disadvantages and advantages of IoT, what are all the blocks we will be using, what are your hardware components and layers. So today we will see for that IoT application how this Arduino will be very useful. This Arduino will be very useful as actually what is this Arduino means, it is a open source. We can go for both hardware and as well as software. For software, we can use the platform like Tinkercad. By using Tinkercad, we can perform all our experiments by using our software, and by using our hardware components like our sensors and actuators, LEDs, simple components, we can perform our hardware experiment using this Arduino. And it is very less cost, so inexpensive, and we won't need any external programmers or compilers. We need only Arduino IDE software. By using that Arduino IDE, we will interface our Arduino to our system or laptop, then we can execute our outputs. So we will be having very simple and clear programming will be there. I will tell you what is that particular program so that how you can execute our outputs easily. It will be compatible with our platforms like Windows, Linux, and as well as with your Macs also. So what are all the functionalities of our Arduino? So actually we can use our sensors, I'm telling, so it can able to sense our data, our input, and as well as data acquisition will be there by using this is the major functionality of this Arduino. And it will do our processing of our data, and it will makes the decisions whether the LED should glow or go soft depending upon the sensor you are using, and it will makes the buzzer sound. All those decisions we can take by using this Arduino. And by using transmitter and receiver, communication will be done and connectivity also will be there. And we will be using basic IoT protocols and standards for this communication purpose. And through a gateway we will be communicating our information. We have IoT gateways also. All these are all the features of this particular IoT, basic functionalities of IoT and Arduino. We can these are all the functionalities of your Arduino. Coming to Arduino types, we have different types of Arduino boards like Arduino Uno, Arduino Mega, Arduino Nano, Macro, Geo, Bluetooth, Arduino Zero. So all these are different types. Here I am showing in the PPT. You can see according to your application which Arduino will be suitable for you. That Arduino board we can use. Mostly I will show you by using this Arduino Uno board how we can perform our outputs. I will show you practically in our next sessions. Then these are different types of boards, Arduino boards. So Arduino Nano will looks like this, and Mega will looks like this. This is the major Arduino Uno board. So we will be using this Arduino Uno board, and in detail I will explain what are all the things available in this Arduino board, how it will works. That we will see in our future sessions. And these are all the different types of Arduino boards. Here I am showing in our PPT. And these are all again simple different types of our Arduino boards. So this is your basic Arduino Uno board in description. So actually our Arduino board will consist of analog pins, measure, and digital pins. So from 0 to 13 we have digital input output pins. You can use all these digital pins as input or output depending upon your application. And we have our analog pins from A0 to A5. In this A0 to A5 you can connect in any pin depending upon your application. You can use this A0 to A5 pins as analog pins, and from 0 to 13 you can use as digital input and output pins. And here in our digital pins we have one more thing, that is nothing but PWM pulses. Some pins will act as PWM pins. If you observe here, there is a notation like this negotiation symbol. So those pins will act like 3, 5, 6, 9, and as well as 10. These pins will act as PWM pins. For what purpose we will be using these PWM pins means PWM means pulse width modulation. In this pulse width modulation, if you are varying the width of the pulse, according to the width of the pulse, the output will vary. We can vary our output. So for that purpose means, for example, if it is a potentiometer experiment. So by using potentiometer values, you can vary the brightness of your LED. Without using potentiometer, if you are connecting directly to PWM pin, from this PWM pin, the brightness of your LED also can vary. That we will observe in our future experiments while we are doing experiments using your Arduino. Okay, so these PWM pins will play very important role. For example, for DC motor, also for controlling the speed of DC motor, we will be using PWM pins. Like that, wherever we need for the variation of this output, we can use our PWM pin. Why? Because there as width of the pulse is varying, the output will vary. The width of the pulse we can vary. That we can call it as duty cycle also. And if you observe here, we'll be having our reset button. If you want to change the program which you dump to your Arduino, you can go for reset button and you can run your another program here. So the thing is nothing but you can use your reset button, and you have your USB here, and crystal oscillator here. Crystal oscillator will plays very important role, which will gives us the speed of this particular Arduino board. And power button, we have voltage regulator, atmega microcontroller. Here in our Arduino board we are using atmega microcontroller, which is nothing but heart of Arduino, we can say. It will plays very important role. In the next session we will see in detail about our atmega microcontroller. And moreover, we need our supply. So we have in our Arduino board 5 volts supply and 3.3 volts supply. You can go for that. And if you observe here across 13, there is an inbuilt LED. If you connect to the 13th pin, your LED will glow. So there also you can observe. And you will be having here transmitter and receiver LEDs. While you are transmitting and receiving your information by using your Arduino, you can observe these will blinks. This transmitter and receiver will blinks. While we are doing our experiment by using Arduino, we can observe all these things. The LED pin will be glowing, transmitter and receiver. So our Arduino will consist of all these pins in detail. Microcontroller we will see in detail here. Okay, in detail in the our next session. Thank you for listening me. Thank you very much.